You're not going to believe this, but there is a fire alarm going off now. Oh, this is chaos. I mean, I've never encountered this in a restaurant before in my life.
It's an evacuation.
It is an evacuation, isn't it? It's like, I was just sitting down, literally served the food, and then it's like, you'll have to leave now. So the fire engine has now just arrived. So there's the guys to come and sort out whatever the problem is. Today I'm in Cookie in central Melbourne. Now this place is really funky. It's a Thai restaurant, but you wouldn't know it if you look around because it looks like a really cool bar. And this place has been open for 25 years. It's been one of the best Thai restaurants for all that time. In fact, just speaking to the staff, and one of the original chefs who started 25 years ago when this place opened is just about to retire. So going to be a bit of a change on the menu. Now the menu itself is massive, so there's loads and loads of choice here. There's absolutely tons of things, really difficult to work out what to have. So let's go through exactly what I've ordered. I've gone for a selection of the most popular things here. So I've gone for roll your own rice pancakes with duck, young coconut and snow pea salad. So what an interesting description. Alongside that, we've gone for some garlic and chive dumplings. Not entirely sure what they're going to look like, how they're going to come. Just going to have to roll with it and see what it's like. And then in terms of the more main courses, drunken noodles is an absolute staple these days. Slightly spicy noodles with a bit of meat and various things thrown in there. I've gone for shiitake, mushroom and broccoli, which is basically, shiitake, mushroom, Chinese broccoli and soy garlic. So it's basically a saucy version. And pad thai chicken and some roti bread. So I'm told by the staff that that is going to be more than enough food for us, but let's wait and see when it arrives. But this place is pretty cool. They've got their own DJs, not on at the moment, so we've just got a DJ set playing. It's relatively early in the evening, but this place will be absolutely rammed later. So really looking forward to seeing what the food's like when it arrives. The first dish has arrived, and it's garlic and chive dumplings with soy sauce, which looks great. I think I like the presentation. Looks very good. Interesting. Let me just grab a side plate of this and pull one of these off. There we go. Feels quite authentic Thai, the way things are presented here. This plate's plastic, which is interesting. Let's split this and see what's inside it. Have a little look at what we've got in here. So we've got a lot of chives in there. So garlic and chive. I'm expecting this to be quite heavy garlic if it's one of the main ingredients. Let's just get this in. The dumpling's been lightly fried, slightly crispy on the top, not so crispy on the bottom because obviously it's been sitting in soy sauce. In terms of the flavour, well, it's sort of quite thick dumpling, and then whoa, you get a really rush of garlic and chive combo. So tastes light, tastes fresh. It's a vegetarian option, obviously. Normally with the dumplings you'd expect maybe you have prawns in there. This is just pure garlic. Veggie. If you like dumplings, I think this is a really good light starter. Probably could do with maybe some prawn or chicken or beef or something in there just to give it a bit more substance. It feels like it's sort of missing something a little bit. It's very tasty, really well cooked, light, fresh, good starter. But I think if we were ordering again, we'd probably go with something with a bit more meat in it. But pretty good starter. I'll see you when the next dish arrives. The next dish is here, and they're arriving thick and fast now. Now, this is the duck, which comes with rice pancakes. It's got a snow pea salad with young coconut. So interesting combo. Doesn't have any sauce with it, which is interesting. But this place has been around for 25 years, so I think they know what they're doing. So very thin pancake, very nice. Let's just put a bit of this on here. Get a little bit of the young coconut and some duck. Bit of the snow pea salad. Maybe a little bit of that. I can't get the lettuce out. I'll just carry on with this. Okay. Right. Oh, it's all full now. Right, let me just roll that up and see what it's like. super fresh Thai flavors. If you've had Thai a lot, you know the way that the spices sort of really take over the dish. Really tasty. Really, actually, the coconut comes through as you're eating it, so you can taste it up. The initial impression is all of the sort of fragrant initial burst of flavour, but then the coconut starts to filter through. These rice pancakes really great, really thin, really work well with the dish. In terms of the pea salad, it just gives it a bit of body. Doesn't really add a lot in terms of flavour, but this is super fragrant, really good taste of Thailand. I like that's good. If I was making it, if I was the chef, I probably would have added some sort of sauce that, I mean, I'm just used to the duck pancakes that you get from Chinese restaurants where you get some plum sauce on there. So I'm probably just being a bit prejudiced because that's what I'm used to having. This does taste a lot fresher than the Chinese pancakes where you have the plum sauce, which can be a bit heavy and a bit quaggy and a bit sort of gluey. This is much more like a salad within a wrap. Really tasty, really lovely. Great start. So I'll see you when the next dish arrives. The main courses have now arrived, so let me run through them all before I forget what they are. This is the drunken duck noodles, which is basically a staple now whenever I go to a Thai restaurant. Always want to have that. Usually quite spicy, so we'll see whether it is or not. We've also got pad thai over here, which looks very fresh. Lots of bamboo shoots on the top there, got a lemon on the side. Really quite interesting presentation. Shiitake mushrooms with Chinese cabbage and broccoli. And then we've got a side of roti, which is basically bread with some peanut sauce. So let me dive in to the pad thai to start with. Start off with this because it's not spicy. Put a bit of lime over here, classic Thai dressing for anything fresh. Also on the side of this, we've got some peanuts, which is just ground peanuts, but I will just dive into the actual dish itself. So get some of these noodles up. Change that a bit. Put some chicken on this, really hot. Ooh, that looks like, whoa, I can see that's really hot. There's a whole lot of steam coming off that. Let me try and get this in without burning myself. Really tasty. Noodles cooked, really soft, really fresh. Melt in your mouth. Great flavour. Nice sort of peanutty type flavour, but not overwhelming. Bamboo shoots, super fresh. That is a good pad thai, like that. And that's a staple when you come to any Thai restaurant. I think it's always a bellwether to see whether or not it's going to be a good meal. Now, let's have a look at these drunken noodles. Now, the noodles are actually hidden at the bottom. You can see we've got lots of mince on the top of this and peas. And we've got some, whoa, these chilies look a bit scary. So I'll try and give those chilies a bit of a miss. And certainly don't want to get one of those in my mouth in the first mealful. So I'll pull some of the noodles out, some of the actual meat on top, and some peas. I haven't got a red chili, thankfully. Wow. These guys are good at cooking noodles in here. These noodles are really soft, really great, hot. Goes well with the mince. Yeah, that's nice. Not too spicy. I think if you touch one of those chilies, it will get super spicy really quickly. Really good, really fresh. Just tastes so good. Now let's get one of these shiitake mushrooms going. Okay, we've got 3 mushrooms. Let me just take one of these. Some nice greens here. So this is really fresh, light vegetarian dish with a nice sauce at the bottom. So I can cut one of these mushrooms. See if I can do that. Now I'm going to have to just pick it up. Okay, get the mushroom with a bit of everything else. Like a soy ginger sauce. That mushroom's really tasty, really lovely. The greens are very al dente, flash fried. Sauce just about right. That is really good. Now let me just finish with a bit of this roti. This is basically just a side order. Like a bit of dipping, always a bit of fun. Didn't get me dipping at the start with my crackers, but this is almost as good. This is very thin, almost like a pancake. Crispy. Satay sauce, really delicious. I have to say, these guys are very good at cooking Thai food. You can see why it's been around for 25 years and why it's one of the most popular places in Melbourne. You're not going to believe this, but there is a fire alarm going off now. So I've got all of the food in front of me. I've had basically the morsels that we just had on camera, and I'm now being told that we're going to have to evacuate the building. So, wow, that's never happened to me before in a restaurant. Unfortunately, I had to pay in advance. So what's happened with the food? We've already paid for it.
No, we won't be able to come back in. We have to evacuate.
Okay. Oh, this is chaos. I mean, I've never encountered this in a restaurant before in my life. Well, this isn't a stunt for YouTube. I paid $200 for my meal. I've had about 4 mouthfuls of the main courses, and I've now got to leave the building. Really bizarre. Never seen this before. The whole restaurant now totally empty on a Saturday evening. Yeah, wow.
Why didn't they say a whole theatre evacuate?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind if I hadn't paid for the food, but I paid for it in advance, so...
But they'll sort you.
They're going to have to recook it, aren't they? 'Cause it's going to be cold when we go back in. Unless there's an actual fire, obviously. And then we won't be going back at all.
That's true.
Well, yeah, I was just filming my meal just to talk about the food, and now I'm filming an evacuation from the building instead. So, yeah, wow. So everybody's evacuated out. The lifts are obviously not available to be used. So we're now heading outside. Wow.
It's an evacuation.
It is an evacuation, isn't it? It's like, I was just sitting down, literally served the food, and then it's like, you'll have to leave now. And we paid for it in advance. Yeah. Maybe it's a scam. Maybe they do this every week on a Saturday. It's to double the profits. Okay.
Send the video.
Thank you. Okay, so we're heading outside into the street. It doesn't seem like there's a fire. I can't see any smoke. But there is an alarm going off out here as well. So, yeah, evacuated. So here we are outside in the street in Melbourne. Everybody's out on the street. Whole restaurants had to evacuate. Paid for the meal in advance. Didn't get to eat the food. Not sure what's going to happen now. So just going to wait here until the alarm stops.
Like 15 minutes.
Yeah, wow. So I paid best part of $200 for this. Not sure what's going to happen. We'll switch this on again when the alarm finishes. So the fire engine has now just arrived. So there's the guys to come and sort out whatever the problem is. Nobody knows what's happening. There are a lot of people standing here on this street. Been thrown out of the restaurant. There was also a bar above. There they go. Let's see whether or not those guys can sort it all out and recook our food for us. More people, more Aussies. Here we are 10 minutes later, still chaos. Still got the fire engine here. Firemen haven't come back out yet. They're all still in the building. Everybody's still just hanging around. Not sure what's happening to my food. Haven't eaten it. Yeah, just have to see whether or not the fire brigade decide that we can go back in or not. Okay, so now back at the table. There's all the food and drinks as it was, as we left it. Everybody else just coming back. So I have to speak to the management and see what's going on, because I don't want to be eating cold food that's been sitting here for the last 20 minutes. So after all of the excitement of the evacuation and the fire engine and the fire brigade and everybody having a bit of a laugh, we come back in, and as you can see, the food hasn't been eaten. So basically it was just about 2 mouthfuls into the food that we've gone. So they've now confirmed that they're going to replace all of the food and give us hot food, which has been freshly cooked. So let's wait and see when it arrives. So here we are about 20 minutes later from when we got kicked out of the place, and we've got fresh food back in place. So pad thai's returned, so's the shiitake mushrooms and the roti, just waiting for the chunken noodles to come back out. And here we go again. So I'm not going to taste them again. I think they're going to be just as they were before. We'll see you at the end for the wrap up. So here we are at the end of quite an eventful meal. Never in all my time going to restaurants have I ever had to evacuate just before I'm about to tuck into my main course. But that's exactly what happened here today. We had a fire alarm and everybody had to leave the restaurant, had to just abandon all of our food. We went outside, it was chaos out there, all sorts of hen parties and crazy people. Fire brigade came, cleared the building up, and then we were brought back in. We did have a brief moment where we weren't sure whether the staff were going to give us a replacement meal, but they did. Gave us full compliments of everything that we just had, so got more food than actually paid for, so that's quite good. But what was the food actually like? Well, just to recap, I had a couple of starters, which were basically had the dumplings that were sort of missing some meat, I think. They were okay, they were nice, but a little bit, just lacking a bit of texture for me. They were nicely cooked, fresh, tasted very authentic. Not my favourite, but they were okay. Alongside that, we also had some pancakes, which were really tasty, really fresh, delicious. Can't complain about those at all. And in terms of the main courses, had some drunken noodles, which for the first time ever came with a lot of mince on the top of it. Not seen that before. But I have to say, really tasty. Probably the best dish out of the ones that we had. Had some pad thai, which was well cooked. The noodles were good, fresh, but it was lacking a little bit. It was a little bit insipid. Didn't quite have enough flavour for me. But it was okay. And then we had some shiitake mushrooms with some cabbage and broccoli, which was quite nice as well. And then roti with peanut sauce. So overall, this place is a really good venue. I think it's a cool place to come. It's a bit more like a club, a bar with Thai food in it, rather than being some Thai restaurants can be a little bit staid and a bit dull. This is a cool place to come, even if you're not eating. So definitely recommend it if you're in Melbourne to check it out. It's been here for 25 years as a Thai restaurant. They're good at cooking Thai food. The menu's a little bit different to what I would normally expect for some of these meals, but it was pretty decent. So in terms of the bill, well, weirdly, you have to pay in advance. So it's a little bit like a pub that you go to the bar, you place your order, you pay, and then they bring everything to you. And I did for a moment wonder whether it was a scam that we just paid, and then the fire alarm went off and we were told to leave before we had any of the food, but clearly it was just a coincidence. So I don't think there's anything untoward there, but the total bill was $174, which in English is, half of that, so around about £85, which I think for the amount of food we had, and it's Thai food, which is not cheap anywhere in the world, it was a pretty decent price, quite good value, so don't have a problem with the bill. The food was good, not the best Thai I've ever had, but it was pretty good. In terms of a score today, I'm going to give it a very solid 7.5 out of 10. I would come here and eat again. I'd probably order something different with a couple of the courses than we did today, but it was good food, can't complain about it. It's a good fun place, and it was quite exciting with the fire brigade coming in and having to leave and then come back in. Not happened before, and made for a fun video. So if you enjoyed what I've said today, then please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'll see you again on the next meal.